Hi guys. So I'm going to put together this quick card for you. It's another little Valentine's card. I've used the Lawn Fawn Stinkin Cute stamp and die set to put this together. So these are these little characters over here. I've cut the flower out and I've cut a bunch of the hearts out and the little skunk, of course. And I used some Zig Clean Colour Real brush markers to colour in all the images, as well as a Derwent, this is the #1 water brush. So it's a super fine nib on it, or brush tip on it, and it looks like it's leaking. So just so you know, I used, let's see, black. Did I use grey? No, I didn't actually use the grey one. I used pink for focus. I used light violet. I used a tiny amount of yellow for the centre of the flower, and I also used carmine red. The set that I've got at the moment is just the basic 12 pack, so it just shows that you can kind of push them and make them go further, and all I did was, I say on the little hearts or any of the images, I just put a bit of the colour at the, say, the bottom of the heart, and then dragged it up with the water brush. It's very, very easy to do. I have a piece of white cardstock that measures 11 inches by 4 1/4, folded at 5 1/2 to create a standard A2 top folding card. I then have a piece that measures 4 by 5 1/4, and what I did here was I actually embossed the Heart of Gold die into the paper. To do that, you need the die cutting machine. I used the Cuttlebug just because it was smaller, you know, the plates and that were smaller. So what you would use is you would have your A plate, you would have a B plate, you'd have a tan, this is a Spellbinders tan embossing mat, I think it's what it's called. I've had this forever, so I think I said in the previous video where I demonstrate this as well, is that I don't know what they are now, but because I've had this so long, but these used to come in a pack of 2, and I actually gave one to my mum. So what you would do then is put your cardstock on the mat, then put your die, I'll just show you quickly, take your die face down onto where you want it on your mat, on your card, then put your other B plate, so it's the same sandwich if you're going to emboss through your machines. You can use your Cuttlebug, you can use your Sizzix, what are they called, Big Shot. I have that as well, but it was just easier to use my other one. And depending on the pressure within your machine, and you'll have to try it first, just try it out on some, you know, cardstock that you are okay if it doesn't work on. Just to see whether there's extra pressure you need, and if there is, then what you could do is add a piece of cardstock on top of it as you run the whole sandwich through, until you find one that is the right amount of pressure for your machine. Like I say, it will differ from machine to machine. So I think, so before we put this together, we need a sentiment, of course. So excuse the reflection. So I've actually lined up my, this is a stamping tool, this is the Hampton Art one. You do get one called the Misty as well. I have this one. And I've lined up my stamp here that I'm going to put, and I know where it's going to go here. So what you would do is you would, and mine squeaks, on the paper you would line it up the stamp where you want it, and these are actually 3 separate stamps that I've just butted up together. Line it up where you want it on there, open it up, make sure this is positioned where you want it, and these are just magnets to hold it in place. I'm going to use some VersaFine Onyx black ink, and I'm going to ink that up. And then I'm going to stamp it, and I think it's actually a bit squonk. Not too bad. And the nice thing is, if that didn't stamp properly, I could have easily just inked it again and re-stamped it straight over the same place. As long as you don't move your paper, you're fine. So yeah, there's that. And then, what am I going to do? Oh yeah. And being VersaFine, it's going to take a little while to dry, just because it is the type of ink that it is. It just takes a bit longer to dry. You can emboss with it, but I don't have a lot of luck with that. So I tend to not, where have I put my thing? I tend to not do that with it. Sorry, just trying to find all my adhesive. I suddenly remembered I didn't actually bring it over. Bit silly, isn't it? Yes. Silly me. Right, so I've actually got a little flower that I coloured and die cut. So I'm going to stick that onto her with a glue dot. Just make sure you can see what I'm doing, and I'm just going to put it, well, about there. That works. Isn't she cute? So you could have a little boy and a little girl. Oh, and he all going, oh. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop her up on just some foam. Oops, not over there. Foam dot thingy mobbies. And she's just going to go, let's see, about there, I think, sort of somewhat in the middle. And then with all these little hearts as well, I'm just going to stick them, going to get a line of the glue dots again, and I'm just going to stick these somewhat randomly all over. Have a red one, and then sorry, that was pink, not red. Let's grab the purple one. She could be holding a heart as well. So maybe we'll do that. We'll give her the purple, the little purple heart. Maybe we'll do that because that's kind of cute, right? In my world, it's cute. So just sticking these on somewhat randomly. Oh, I'll fix that in a minute. My adhesive tried to escape. No one wants that, right? Right, so where should this one go? Should we have this one down here? Or should we have it up here? I don't know. I think it needs to go up here somewhere. Right, so just stuck those on top. Can you see the texture here? It's so cool. My husband actually asked me whether or not you could still pop those out, so I had to explain to him. Actually, oh, I haven't stuck that one down. Actually, it was embossed. So, you know, although he doesn't craft, he does ask questions, so that's quite cool. I love that. Which way should I have this? Oh, I think that's cute. Right, and I think I'm just going to stick this straight on with some adhesive. Oh, all over my desk, lovely. Come on. And wherever you've got what's it called? Wherever you've got, what am I trying to say? Embossed areas, you want to put extra adhesive on there, just so that it doesn't get all. It sometimes twists and wants to pop off. So there you go, guys. And what I will probably do is add some Wink Castella and some Nouveau crystal drops, crystal glaze, to some of the images, like the hearts and the flower and that. There you go. Very cute, simple card. I'll see you in the next time. You're stinking cute. Bye.